Welcome to The Topic, where we highlight Houston Community College, our students, our programs, and our reach into the community. I'm Todd Duplantis. Virtual reality may have been introduced to us through video games, but it's taken off with applications, and companies are now looking for skilled workers who can create virtual programs for many industries. Joining me today is Christopher Khuong from the Digital Gaming and Simulation Program. Thanks for being here.
Anytime.
Now tell me about the industries that are using virtual reality now, because everybody thinks gaming, but it's really across the board with a lot of things.
Well, I mean, gaming is a pretty popular subject amongst the community for all kinds of users, not just gaming. So we have simulations, tools, things that actually teaches you how to do everyday things without actually having to be there or reading it out straight out of a book. So it's vital elsewhere.
Tell me about the difference between virtual reality and augmented reality.
With augmented reality, it's more or less, it's still screen-based, and you can actually play games on the phone using your mobile or cell phone device,
Right.
Whereas VR, you have to use a headset or headgear.
You get immersed in it, more or less.
In some cases, you actually use both at the same time. So there's been a lot of technologies such as the HoloLens and using multiple platforms, not just the Oculus or the Vive, which allows you to walk around and do your daily activities with headgear and stream things like Netflix on the wall and making a call to your parents.
doing it all, multitasking
Absolutely.
to the limit. Tell me about what type of programs and software you guys use, and let's talk about what the programs that you're teaching.
In our program, we use Unreal Game Engine 4. We also use Unity. Both platforms are actually very vital, easy to use for virtual reality and augmented reality. We've been doing this for about 10 plus years now. To combine with these software, we also use 3D Studio Max, Autodesk Maya. Other software includes ZBrush, Photoshop, anything that allows us to create 2D and 3D assets for these platforms.
When students come to you now, are they more educated in the sense of, it seems like everybody wanted to create video games at one point. Now there's so many other applications. What do they come to you wanting to do? What's their first goal?
Pretty much a little bit of everything. We have a lot of artists who want to pursue a career in concept art, making assets for video game, making art for video games. We also have programmers who don't just want to do another calculator software or application. And so they want to approach networking, artificial intelligence, but not just generalized, more like for video games. From time to time, we actually branch out and we try to do more simulations. We do more mobile gaming technologies. We also hit VR. Recently, one of our students actually made an augmented reality application for another campus, all to teach corrosion and science.
This will date me, but I remember Khuong when that
Right.
first started out in the 70s. Then I watched the games, the standing video games where you'd go to the arcade, and then the home games, you know, and then the computer games, and now where it is. And then most recently we have the phone that you can put on the head device and the Samsung and put it on. Where do you see us in the next 10 years? What's the next step we're going to take?
Right now, virtual reality offers just visuals.
Okay.
I actually have this dream, fantasy, or something of the sort where it's not just going to be seeing, it's also about touching, it's also about feedback, smell maybe.
Yeah.
You know, things that gets us further immersed in our systems.
So you're thinking we're going to get more of the senses involved as opposed to just the visual reality?
Absolutely. Think back in the day, Atari was a huge deal. Oh, Pong was great.
Right.
It was the prime of their day in the 70s, especially like late 60s, early 70s, and everybody had to play the game. Now we're getting into more consumer products for virtual reality where everybody can obtain one for like, and I know this is going to sound, for a low, low price of this much money.
Right.
We are in the prime of VR. I mean, we've hit this about maybe 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago, but it's getting better. Wireless capabilities, lighter headsets, it's faster, it requires less power, and eventually it's going to be made pretty easy for everyone.
Christopher Khuong, thanks for joining us today on
Anytime.
The Topic. And if you'd like to know more about our program, you can log on to hccs.edu/digital for The Topic on HCC TV. I'm Todd Duplantis.